Once again, the Iranian anthem loudly booed. You are listening to World Cup Game Day Live on TalkSport, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it. The huge flag banners rolled out across the field are now being stowed away. Will the Iranian one be brought back for the knockout stages? We are pretty sure we are going to see the Egyptian one. They are all but through. Iran can join them for sure with victory. Perry Groves, it's set up to be a cracker.
Yeah, very much so. It'd be interesting to see how Iran actually approach it, because in their two draws, they showed a lot of stoicism against New Zealand. They were 1-0 down and 2-1 down and come back, they didn't play particularly well. We got themselves a point out the game against Belgium. That was completely different because they played it for 34 minutes against 10 men and only tested Courtois and the Belgians go once, so I think in the end they just wanted to get the draw, so they knew they was coming into this final game with a chance of getting through the group stages. And from Egypt's point of view, they got the draw with Belgium and then had a really good performance, especially second half against New Zealand, where they're 1-0 down at half time. The manager Hossein Hassan made a couple of tweaks tactically, positional changes, ended up winning the game 3-1. So as you said there, we're in a really ideal situation where both teams, Egypt obviously the favourites to qualify being top of the table, but Iran and Belgium locked there on 2 points.
Well, it was a massive win for Egypt last time out. Their first in World Cup play in Vancouver. They have made 4 changes and rested Omar Mahmoud, the Manchester City forward, for this game. So the team is as follows: Mustafa Shober, the goalkeeper, once more. A back 4 of Mohamed Hani, Mohamed Abdelmonem, Rami Rabia and Ahmed Fatou. In midfield it's Mahmoud Saber. Mohamed Salah, we think, will play as the 10 alongside Mohamed Lasheen. Then the wide men, Mustafa Ziko and Imam Ashur. And then Trezeguet, who scored off the bench in that game against New Zealand, leading the line. As for the Iranians, again we think they'll go with a back 5. They went for a defensive shape in that draw against Belgium. Alireza Bayramvan was very busy as a goalkeeper. He's behind Ali Namati, Shoja Khalilzadeh and Hossein Kanani. Wingbacks Milad Mohammadi and Ramin Rezayan. Mohamed Gobani plays his first minutes of the World Cup in midfield. He plays in the UAE. He's behind Saman Ghoddos, who played over 100 times for Brentford, and Syed Ezzatullahi, who had a brief spell on loan at Reading. In attack, Mehdi Taremi, still waiting to add to his 59 goals for his country at this tournament, and Mohamed Mahebi also completes the 11. Well, it's a full house again in Seattle. It's a gorgeous stadium, a huge arcing main stand, the pointed pyramid end that they call the Hawk's Nest down to one side, with beautiful panoramas over the city. But so key now for Iran in particular to start well. The captains and teams have been brought to the middle of the field though, because first, as we remember, there's tragic events in Venezuela and the earthquake they suffered.
A moment of silence for the victims.
And our thoughts are with them and all affected the Venezuelan community, with a minute of reflection. A short pause for a poignant moment. The scenes that were seen all around the world from Venezuela. Now attention will turn back to matters on the field. Iran in their white shirts, all white they're in, and the goalkeeper all in blue, Bayramvan. They have congregated just outside the centre circle. One final team huddle. They'll hope it's not the final team huddle of this World Cup. A win will take them beyond the group stage. Egypt are already in their formation. They're going to take the kick-off with red shirts, black shorts and black socks. It's Imam Ashur who scored their first goal of this World Cup in that so important draw against Belgium, who will be starting us off. The final game, the final 2 games of Group G, with New Zealand taking on Belgium in Vancouver. Belgium could end themselves out of the World Cup if they don't get a result that they need. For these two though, self-contained, Egypt almost there, Iran no a win will take them through. Their destiny is in their own hands. I'm Cameron Pope. Perry Groves is alongside me, the former Arsenal winger, and Egypt have us underway in this game of games to decide more berths in the knockout phases.
Yeah, obviously Egypt kicking off and straight away just putting the ball straight down into Iranian territory, just getting themselves on the front foot. Just looking at Mo Salah, we thought, he might play up front, but it looks like he's definitely going to play in the 10 position behind. It looks like Trezeguet at the moment.
Well, they threw him forward, Mohamed Salah, in the game against New Zealand at half-time. He started in that 10 and didn't really have the desired effect, but he got his goal in the second period. And 30 seconds into this one, Egypt have already given away the first free kick of the game. Iran have taken it from inside their own half and gone long up towards halfway, kicking from right to left in their all-white kits. Into the front line now for Taremi. Takes it on the turn and out to the left-hand side. And he's kept it in as well, the Olympiacos man. Down he goes. Was he fouled? Referee says no. Simon Marciniak of Poland.
Well, Taremi just trying to hold the ball up. It was Ravi who came over just to engage him. It looked like, I must admit, I thought it was a foul. But Simon Marciniak, the referee, said play on. I hope that continues in that vein. We said about Egypt, it looks like it's Zico who's going to play up front through the middle. That little switch that Hussein Hassan, the Egyptian manager, made against New Zealand in the second half, where they were a lot more sharper going forward.
Well, Imam Ashur is tried to cross for Egypt, who is on the edge of the penalty area. Couldn't manage to play a way through in the end, so Iran have got a chance to clear. Went to go long as well. It's easy to see what their tactic might be. Sent up towards Taremi, but he was flanked by two red Egyptian shirts and sent back to goal. If you want to listen to New Zealand versus Belgium, that is over on Talk Sport. Belgium will be through with a win in that game. They still have a very good chance of going through against the side who lie bottom. New Zealand are out of it. They must win to have any chance and hope that Iran fail to win. 2 minutes gone on Talk Sport 2 as the red shirts of Egypt play out from the back. As it stands, Belgium in third place in this group. They're on 2 points. Scotland in that table of third place teams. They need to be in the top 8 to progress, and results earlier in the day have pushed them down to 9th. Not over yet. It is looking dire though for Steve Clarke's men as Egypt come forward down their right hand side, but no room for Ashur, and he loses the ball.
Yeah, just looking at Iran, we thought that Mohibi might play up front with Taremi, but out of position they go like a 5-4-1. Mohibi will be on that left hand side. They leave Taremi up front on his own. You see how structured Iran are. They've kept 6 clean sheets, last 9 matches, only conceded 5 goals. You can tell that they're very well coached because the distances between the flat back 5 and the midfield 4 are very, very narrow.
Well, that's what we saw from Iran in the last game against Belgium, where they shut the game out against 10 men. Had opportunities as well. Had the ball in the net this tournament twice in the opening game, but didn't manage so against Belgium. That win, if they'd managed it, would have taken them cleanly through. But as it stands, still in a very good position. They would have taken this, Amir Galinoy and his men, in a World Cup where they've got more travelling than most, being based in Mexico. 3.5 minutes in, no real chances in this game so far, as the Egyptian boss Hossein Hassan looks on, all in black. Again, an interesting choice for these warm climes at the North American World Cup that we've been told all about, although in Seattle at 7 p.m. local time, calmer than usual. Forward it goes from Iran. They got it towards the corner of the penalty area. Milad Mohammadi controlled it, couldn't get any further though. Red shirts of Egypt all around, and they found Ashur on halfway, starting to mix up the play a little bit. Iran, that one went via the ground route. Egypt not pressured so far, no goals in either of the games in this Group G. Plenty of action coming up tomorrow night on the TalkSport network, or tonight I should say. 10 p.m. starting with England Panama on Talk Sports, Croatia Ghana over on TalkSport 2, then Colombia Portugal for the conclusion of Group K from 12:30 in the morning. 3 a.m. for Jordan versus Algeria as Egypt come forward into the penalty area. Mohamed Salah might get a shot away on the left foot and did so. Parried by the goalkeeper. Oh, through the legs and in, and Egypt have the lead. Mahmoud Saber with the goal. It's a terrible start for Iran. Egypt knew they were all but through, but this goal, well, that swings the pendulum of momentum even more in their favour. And what a favour it could be for Belgium as well. Mahmoud Saber has scored. A man brought in as one of those 4 changes yet to see game time in the tournament, and 5 minutes into this game, as he sinks to his knees in prayer, he gives Egypt the lead.
Oh, that was absolutely keystone. Kopsky fit in there from Iran. Initially, it was really good link-up play between Salah and Zico. We mentioned about Zico playing in the 10 position. You see Egypt building up on their right-hand side. Just coming in from Rabia. It's a great little chip ball into Zico, chests it off to Mo Salah. Mo Salah tries to get his shot in, then the ball just rebounds out to Sabir on the left-hand side of the box, and with his left foot on the volley, he just smashes it through Berivan's legs. Really bad goalkeeping. We've seen some, really weak goalkeeping in the tournament so far. That's right up there with him on the show reel. Says goes through Berivan's legs. Defender on the line. Kanani just tries to get his right foot to it, and he can't actually keep it off the line. So a really scruffy goal from Iran's point of view. Brilliant start from Egypt to go 1-0 up here at this Seattle Stadium.
Well, Ali Reza Berivan, the goalkeeper, who was the star of the show in the 0-0 draw on Sunday against Belgium, has seen that one go straight through his palms, through his legs, and Hossein Kanani couldn't hook it away in the goal line. The shot initially from Mohamed Salah, saved and parried, but Saber was waiting. He's been desperate to make his mark on this tournament, and 5 minutes into his first game, he slides the ball home against the odds as well, and Egypt have the lead with the first real chance of the game, and it's up to Iran now to go chasing. They know that there's no chance for them if they lose this game. A draw could be enough, and they would probably take it right now because they have been hit with the first punch of the game and find themselves on the canvas. And in the standings, that moves them down into third place with only 2 points. And Belgium, who are still 0-0 over on TalkSport with New Zealand, are on 3 points, but into second place. And that might just feel like a robbery if they take second place with 3 points.
Yeah, well, obviously Cape Verde got themselves through the group stage, didn't they, with 3 draws. You expect a bit better from Belgium. Just look at Berivan in goal for Iran. That is like when you see a goalkeeper in the under-10s and you say, get your legs shut. Don't keep your legs so wide open, because if he gets his legs shut, and a lot of goalkeepers go over the long barrier now, didn't they, like you're defending on the boundary. If he does that, then it hits his knee. And what he does is, if you sit there, he's got weak wrists straight away anyway. It goes through his wrist and then through his legs.
And here come Iran now, down the near side left with Mahebi. One thing's for sure, I think you're quite right, Perry. Alireza Berivan will make a terrible cricket fielder as Egypt wrestle the ball back by their corner flag and clear up their right flank. Mahebi hustling, and he's won the ball back from the throw-in as well. No one went with him, and of course no offside from the throw. Got to the byline, cross was deflected though, and this time Egypt learned the lesson and will clear up towards Mohamed Salah, who's held, and a free kick conceded by Ali Namati of Iran, 20 yards inside the Egypt half. Egypt lead 1-0, 8 minutes gone in this game, and they are cruising through to the round of 32, and with 7 points they will be group winners. They will play again in Seattle next Wednesday 9 p.m. against the best third placed team, and that is the 9th goal inside the first 5 minutes at this World Cup. We've got a few quick starts.
Yeah, well, in the majority of the games both teams have set themselves up to try and go and win it. And from Egypt's point of view, we mentioned about that little positional change that Sam Hussein, the Egyptian manager, made.
All given away by Egypt in the penalty area. Iran have got it right side of the box now. Not many men in the penalty area to help out though. And the cross never came from Saman Ghoddos. And well, it's been given. Well, something's been given here. What's the referee given? Is he motioning for a penalty here, Simon Martiniak? Egypt are up in arms. Everybody thought he'd given a goal kick first. I think this might be a penalty. The referee is in long and lengthy communications with Mohamed Salah. It was Abdel Monim, the centre-back, who cleared the ball late, and he swiped straight through Taremi. This is going to be a penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. Taremi does brilliantly, because Abdel Monim just taking too long on the ball on the left-hand side of the box for Egypt. Just go to clear it. He doesn't know that Taremi's there. Taremi comes in like with a false nose and glasses, just in disguise from the right-hand side of him, and he just gets his left toe to it, and on the follow-through, Abdel Monim just actually smashes through, and quite rightly, Simon Marciniak, the referee, points to the penalty spot. Obviously there'll be a VAR check, but this will not be overturned, I don't think.
Well, he's one of the best. Marciniak, referee the last World Cup final, and he gave himself a beat there to make his mind up. Egypt had to quickly scramble in defence. It looked like the chance had gone for Iran, but it has been given as a penalty. Abdel Monim back into the side and fouling Mehdi Taremi, and so now a chance to equalise, and it will be Taremi to take it. A history of scoring great goals. He's second on Iran's all-time list. And he stands ready with his orange boots against Mustafa Shobair in his fluorescent kit in goal. 1-0 Egypt lead. Iran with a chance to equalise in a game they cannot afford to lose. It is Taremi. He's taken and scored both of Iran's penalties this year, and he's missed this one though. It's saved by the goalkeeper. Low down to his left, and Shobair makes the save. And how costly could that be for Iran in their bid to qualify from the group stage for the very first time? It wasn't a great penalty. Perfect height for the goalkeeper and a massive let-off for the Egyptians.
Yeah, Taremi's telegraphed it because he's taken it right-footed and he's just had his run up to the left of the ball. And what happens is, as he goes to the hit the shot with the instep of his right foot, there's no other place he can put it but low down to Shobair's left-hand side because of his body shape. Shobair guesses brilliantly. It's a simple save in the end for the goalkeeper. It's a really, really poor penalty from Taremi. He won the penalty. He's going to be able to obviously capitalise on it for his Iranian side. He'll be absolutely disappointed because if you're going to miss it, just put your foot through it. So he just tried to be too clever. He's looking at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's read him. And a decent save from Shobair to keep Egypt 1-0 up.
Perry, it's halfway to the corner. I can't get my head around this. It's like in a penalty shootout when you've got to the 6th or 7th, and maybe it's a right back taking a penalty that they wouldn't normally do. This is a man one shy of 60 goals for his country, and it was kept away. A tame effort, and Shobair sank to his knees afterwards, and he raised an arm to the Egyptians in the crowd. Many diaspora members are well supported at this World Cup. Not quite as well supported as they were 4 years ago in Qatar. In that World Cup far closer to home. But the man who gave away the penalty, Mohamed Abdelmonem, is down here. We've got a break in play at 1-0 Egypt. 12 minutes gone. I wonder if he hurt himself in that collision with Taremi when he took too long on the ball, swiped through the Iran striker to concede the spot kick. But they've got a bit of a problem at centre-back at the moment, Egypt and Hossam Hassan, because they lost Hamdi Fatih to a suspected hamstring injury against New Zealand. And so he didn't make it into the squad for this one, and that will be an issue if they are to lose another centre-half.
Do you know, I think what's happened with Abdelmonem, as Taremi just nicks the ball from his left foot and he goes to clear it with his right foot, I think he's hyperextended his knee. I think his knee joint has just come out a little bit, so obviously said he's in a little bit of trouble. Sometimes with the penalty takers now, they just try to be too clever, because Taremi's run up, he's had a look at Shobair to see if he's going to move. Shobair doesn't move, it's like men that stare at goats. And then instead, because of his run up the angle of his body, he telegraphs that he's going to put it low to the goalkeeper's left and didn't even put it in the corner. He said it wasn't even, in the end, a difficult save for the goalkeeper.
Some like to whack it some, and if you put enough power on it, doesn't have to be the best penalty in the world in terms of placement, does it? Had neither pace nor power or accuracy. Here come Iran, left edge of the penalty area, into the penalty area now. Right foot shot away, the goalkeeper has saved it, it's still alive! Ramin Rezaeian! He's equalised! Second goal of the World Cup for Ramin Rezaeian. A move started by Milan Mohammadi. He picked it up at the corner of the area. The save was forced, and it was a really tight angle. And if the penalty miss was poor, that finish was brilliant. He rifles it into the roof of the net. He's basically on the goal line, outside the post though. And Ramin Rezaeian has made it Egypt 1, Iran 1, and Iran's hopes are alive again of reaching the round of 32.
That's an unbelievable finish from Rezaeian. His second goal of the tournament. He comes initially to the edge of the 18-yard box on the left-hand side with Milad Mohammadi. I thought he should have got his shot away early. Cuts in on his right foot and he just tries to bend it and Shobair's bottom left-hand corner. It's a really good save from the Egyptian goalkeeper, low down to his left-hand side, and the ball just rolls out probably about a yard off the byline. And Rezaeian, obviously playing as the right wing-back, ends up in the right sort of centre-forward position, and he just smashes it high into the roof of the net. What a fantastic finish by Rezaeian, and what a brilliant response from Iran, obviously going 1-0 down in the 5th minute, missing the penalty, and now getting themselves back into it at 1-1.
He has done sensationally well there, Rezaeian, to finish. That ball was about to cross the whitewash for what would have been a corner. It was a good save from Shobair. He's got no reason to expect that ball to come back past him. He was ready for it, but it's such a good finish. He was getting nowhere near it, and so after 15 minutes in this game, it's locked at 1-1. It won't affect Egypt's chances of going through. Remember, only the heaviest of defeats will stop them from progressing for the first time. A draw could send both of these teams through automatically, but only If Belgium-New Zealand also finishes level, a winner in the other game would shunt Iran into third. At the moment, that game on TalkSport is at 0-0. Mohamed Abdelmonem has been brought off by Yasser Ibrahim for the Egyptians, by the way. He was unable to continue, the defender. They're without two defenders for this game. They've also lost Hossam Abdelmajid, who left the field laid on with a head injury last time out.
Abdelmonem is replaced by number 2.
And so stretched already. Yasser Ibrahim, the centre-back, has been thrown on much earlier than would have been liked by Hossam Hassan. And their lead didn't last long either. Forward they come, Egypt though, near side their right, up towards the corner flag with Mohamed Salah, cutting from left to right foot and then left again. Pink Boots turns away, wraps it off a defensive shin, and he will have a throw-in for the red-shirted Egyptians. Up by the corner flag, in fact now it's been given as a corner, and a disconsolate looking Mohamed Abdelmonem has left the field. He's got his right boot off and he's sat slumped against the advertising board.
His face just tells you, a picture takes 1,000 words, because he knows that his World Cup is over.
Oh, you really feel for him. He was really struggling there. Here's Emma Mashour, short man from the corner. Back to the corner of the box, flicked in by Saber, and it was wrapped up by Mustafa Ziko. He scored at this World Cup as well. Got the goal to equalise in the opener against New Zealand, but he missed by a long way there.
Yeah, just a little short corner from Egypt on their right-hand side. Ashur just rolled it out to Sabir, just getting his crossing with his right foot. Zico trying to get across in the near post. Not a really good cross from Ashur. Just talk about the Iran side. We talk about their resilience against New Zealand. They went 1-0 down, went 2-1 down, got themselves back in the game. Didn't play particularly well. But even in this game, missed the penalty. You know, he thought their heads could drop, and within a minute and a half, Razian turns up on the right-hand side, smashes it high past Sabir to get them back in at 1-1. So this is an Iranian team full of fight, full of spirit.
There's been a lot of events adjacent to the field that have been well documented in the lead up to this World Cup, and it has been difficult for these players given the travel restrictions that they've got. They have to fly in and out from Mexico. It's bound to have an effect on your preparation, but maybe that has helped to solidify them a little bit. As they come forward now, actually down the left-hand side, long ball up towards Mohammadi. He set up the equalising goal but couldn't win the ball this time. It was taken off him by Yasser Ibrahim, and then Saber in front of him is fouled. Free kick to the Egyptians halfway inside their own half as Mohamed Gorbani waggles a finger at the referee. I've never seen a truly innocent player pull that one.
As soon as you wag a finger, that means I'm guilty.
Oh, ball through the middle, and Mohamed Salah was chasing that one. He was always marked by the defender though, and Ali Namati was never going to let him out of his sights, the Egyptian captain, and in the end it ends in the hands of Alireza Bayramvand. Egypt won, Iran won. Egypt going through, which we knew was as good as confirmed. At the moment, Iran joining them because it's 0-0 between Belgium and New Zealand. We've got a free kick far side the Egyptian left though, won by Mustafa Ziko, and the yellow card has been brought out as well, and it's going to go to deservedly as well, you would have to say, for Hossein Kanani, who is not one of the players currently on a yellow card. The counter will be reset after the group stages if you're only on one. If you're unlucky enough to pick up your second, you will miss
Hussein Kanani.
the round of 32 if your team progresses.
Yeah, Kanani just sliding in a little bit out of control on Zico, put himself under pressure now, getting booked in this first 19 minutes.
And here is Mohamed Salah. He's won it right into the penalty area for Egypt, battling to try and get to the goal line, but he was pushed off the ball well by Ali Namati. Good show of strength there for the man who plays for Fulat in the Iranian domestic league, as do 17 of the 26 Iranian players. Only a few playing across Europe. Free kick has gone Iran's way in the centre circle, and Mahmoud Saber has been booked for a crunching challenge. Saeed Izzatullahi, who is down, and Saber goes into the book. 2 yellow cards, one for each team in quick succession.
Yeah, it's got a little bit spiky, a little bit aggressive. So Saber just going in a little bit late on Izzatullahi, just with his studs showing, just catching on top of the foot, quite rightly. Simon Marciniak, the referee, who's so far in his first 20 minutes is having a really good game, because he's trying to let it throw, but obviously there was 2 late tackles that he's given yellow cards for. And I must admit, I've been really impressed with Iran, because we thought that they might set, we've gone in a 5-4-1 basically. We thought they might be a little bit stoic, difficult to break down, but you can tell they've come out with the intent to win this game, because the 2 fullbacks, especially Milad Mohammadi on the left-hand
Oh, here
side.
come Egypt down there, left-hand side as well now. Circling into the penalty area was Trezeguet. He had quick feet there and then was happy to take the touch off the defender's shins and out for a corner. He'd beaten 2 men. I don't know if he was going to beat the third, but it is a set play for Egypt. And they are set up to attack this ball in the manner they did in their win over New Zealand. Scored 2 from corners in that game. And red shirts circling around the penalty spot, waiting for Imam Ashur to deliver far side their left. Here it comes, whipped in, flat along the ground almost. Defender wrestling with it at the front edge of the 6-yard box. It's taken down out of the sky after a wayward clearance from Taremi. But Egypt have it again. Left edge of the penalty box. 1-1 after 20 minutes on TalkSport 2. Back into the pocket it goes. Egypt thinking about a shot here. Mohamed Hari central, deflected. Egypt claiming a corner. I think it came off his own teammate. He shot from about 30 yards out into a thicket of bodies. Might have been going on target initially, but it has hit an Iranian head, and so it will be a corner. Saeed Ezzat-Allahi, the man to take no chances and send it over the bar.
Yeah, Egypt again, just trying to mix it up, take the short corner with Ashur into Trezeguet. This comes out to the edge of box to Hani. It's a really good strike from Hani, but good defending from Ezzat-Allahi. Just comes off the top of his head. Another corner for Egypt on their right.
There it comes in, and defensive header is the one to win it. Ezzat-Allahi was in there. Egypt send it right back in. Goalkeeper's underneath this one, watches it and punches it. Hasn't got it all the way clear. Mohamed Salah, corner of the area, crossing in with a flick, but couldn't find a teammate. And then it's bicycle kicked clear by Godos, and that had the desired effect. Took it up to halfway, and after an extended period of Egypt pressure, it remains 1-1. 21 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, it wasn't the most sort of composed defending there from Iran, was it? As the ball was just sliced up into the air. Berivand, the Iranian goalkeeper, really should be coming to claim it. It's like a simple catch, and he decides to punch it, and it just skids off of his right fist. And in the end, it's acrobatic clearance from Godos on the edge of the 18-yard box, but then it just gives possession straight back to Egypt.
And Egypt do have it again. It's Zico, 45 yards out from goal with his back to goal, but his pass was a little bit errant, and then Ramin Rezaeian takes a blow to the back of the Achilles in trying to win the ball back for his side, and gets a free kick in Iran's right back position. 1-1. He's the goal scorer, Rezaeian, and with that goal he's become Iran's leading World Cup goal scorer. He's got 2 at this tournament, as Iran whip it from right to left, and they'll start with Nemati on the left side of those 3 centre-backs. Forward into the attack, and Milad Mohammadi, well, he controlled it with his arm. He might have been in there. Oh, the offside flag had gone up on the far side as well against Taremi, and so it was not back into him to try and have the shot, but the referee, in giving the defensive free kick, has blown the whistle, and they're going to go for a hydration break. 23 minutes gone. Egypt took the lead early on through Mahmoud Saber. There was a chance to equalise not long after, Mehdi Taremi winning, but seeing his penalty saved by Mustafa Shober, but 2.5 minutes later, Ramin Rezaeian from a tight angle to level it up for Iran, who are in second as it stands. Egypt all but confirmed into this match going through, still goalless between Belgium and New Zealand, so it's Belgium currently who will be in third place, Limber.
Well, you know when a game's in really good, when the first hydration break comes on to you, you think, oh wow, has that been 22.5 minutes? Because it has been a relentless game. So both teams being really, really positive in possession. Sabir putting Egypt up 1-0 in the 5th minute, where it was actually good link-up play from Rabia into Zico, who's playing in the centre-forward position. Great little out to Mo Salah. Mo Salah gets his shot in, he gets cleared, comes to Sabir on his left foot, he smashed it with left foot, and Berivand in the Iranian goal, it's like an under-10 goalkeeper. As it comes out, he should be doing a long barrier. It goes through his hands and then goes through his legs. Then you have Kanani on the line trying to clear it. He doesn't get a good contact, and then Iran goes straight up the other end, and they get caught on the ball. Abdelmonem is clearing it on the left-hand side. He doesn't see Taremi coming in on his right-hand side, and Taremi just gets a little toe poke on it on his follow-through. He boots him. To be fair, Simon Marciniak, the referee, quite rightly gave the penalty. Then Taremi takes up the responsibility, runs up, telegraphs it that he's going to open his body up and go to Shobir's, the Egyptian goalkeeper's left-hand side. It's a simple save in the end from the goalkeeper. And you think that Iran, are going to feel sorry for themselves. No, they don't. They just put their foot on the throttle again. Within a minute and a half, they equalise with Rezaeian. It's a really, really good shot from the edge of box from Milad Mohammadi, and it's a brilliant save low down to his left hand side from Shabir, and the angle is really tight. It's only about a yard off the byline, and Razian just smashes it high past Shabir into the top of the net to put Iran back in the game at 1-1, and apart from that, it's what really looks happened.
We've had so much to break down in the opening 25 minutes when you put it like that. It's been a really entertaining contest with all four teams able to progress from the group. Some of the Egyptian players have just been showered by a pitch-side sprinkler. Plenty of noise being made in the stands. LGBTQ plus festivities around Seattle in the lead up to the game. And the local organising committee did designate this fixture as the Pride match before the teams were confirmed. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has played down the Pride celebrations angle since the game was confirmed. He says that's a separate event taking place around Seattle. This one so far has remained level, and that lead for Egypt oh so brief after the goal from Mahmoud Saber. Chance to equalise from the penalty not taken. Brilliant goal by Ramin Rezayan to make it 1-1, as after 26 minutes Egypt starts us off again in possession in defence.
You'll see Saber is getting himself on the ball in the centre circle. He just drops that little bit deeper than Lashin, obviously his centre midfield partner. So that is Egypt who've had the majority of possession. Iran drop back into that 5-4-1 formation, just basically let Egypt have possession, and at the moment it's just a little bit lateral playing in front of them, so there's not a threat in behind from Egypt. Looking at Zico, maybe he's just got to come short and spin in and see if he can get in behind the Iranian three centre halves.
And some teams do make a 5-4-1 shape look a little bit, not boring, but it can be difficult to watch at times. But I don't get that sense with Iran. There was some talk with the domestic league having been cancelled a few months ago, suspended. There's some talk about, well, were they going to be fit enough? They fielded the oldest starting 11 ever for the previous World Cup game at 32 and a half years, ever since records began in 1966. But they look a fit team, and they look like they've got the raw materials to carry on this sort of performance, as we saw against Belgium last time out.
Yeah, and you know that they're very well structured. 11 players have got over 50 caps, so they're very experienced. When they've gone behind, they don't blink, they're just very secure in the way that they want to play. And you mentioned there, we said about the 5-4-1 out of it, but in possession we've seen the two fullbacks on the left hand side, Milad Mohammadi, and on the right hand side, Razen. They actually get those players wingers when they're in possession, so they cause Egypt a few problems on the counter-attack.
Forward come the Egyptians, pumping it long to try and find red shirts in the area. They did find one in the end, one of Mustafa Zico, but there was nobody around him for him to hold it up to, and it bounces off his body in the end under pressure for a goal kick to the Iranians at 1-1, 28 minutes gone. As it stands, there's been a goal in the other game. Belgium have taken the lead over New Zealand, so as it stands, a draw won't be good enough for Iran. But we said that left them in purgatory, and Belgium's goal, which you can listen to over on Talk Sport, means that it will be the side favoured in this group before the World Cup started, who move up to second behind Egypt, both on 5 points. Egypt with a better goal difference, and Iran on 3 points, 0 goal difference, which will make things very interesting when it comes down to all the calculations in the end.
Yeah, there'll be a few more twists and turns. We expected Belgium to beat New Zealand, put that little bit of pressure on Iran, but it's still in Iran's hands. They'll know. In the old days it'd be transistor radios, wouldn't it, with the fans and the coaches up. Now it would be the phones, and Iran will have one of their coaching staff obviously at the Belgium-New Zealand game, giving regular updates. But at the moment there's no panic on for Iran, because they're still in this game at 1-1. Maybe they like to have a bit more
long ball forward from the Iranians as well. It was flicked into the attack there too. Mohamed Mahabi looking for Taremi. Egypt getting a little bit wise though to that long ball ploy, and they dealt with it simply against the Olympiacos striker, and the Egyptians have won it on halfway in their red shirts as they come forward now down their left hand side. Trezeguet with the ball with his yellow boots, running right and then left, turning inside, now in a shooting position on the edge of the area, but that one was right down the throat of Bayramban, and this time the Iranian goalkeeper holds on to it. 1-1.
Yeah, good play from Trezeguet on that left hand side, 1v1 with Kanani. Kanani just shows him inside onto his favoured left foot, and Trezeguet just with his right instep was trying to bend it in Bayramban's top left hand corner, actually bends it straight to him, and this time the goalkeeper safely gathers it and able to recycle possession for Iran with Gobani in the centre midfield.
And so at the moment, to give you the lie of the land in the best of third place run, 8 of 12 will go through to the round of 32. Iran's current record of 3 points and a goal difference of 0 means that they are 6th in that list of 12. So 5 teams who've all played have been confirmed as better than them. It's going to be close over these final moments of the group stage. Iran know that a win keeps it in their hands. Egypt just knew they had to avoid losing heavily to fall out of contention for the round of 32. They still top the group. With defending to do as Mohammadi comes down the left flank for the Iranians and then muscled up the ball by Lafshin. A lot has come through him, Mohammadi. That one's a goal kick though.
Yep, so Mohammadi again playing in that sort of advanced left wing back position. And when Iran they were in possession, Gobani had it in midfield. Iran had a front four, I've said, because we mentioned about Razian on that right hand side, and then you have Mohibi and Taremi through the middle. So they are being, very, very positive, even though Egypt have dominated possession. But again, the game has still got a good pace about it. It's a good flow. Both teams in possession are looking to go forward really, really quickly. You said about, Iran maybe a little bit more sort of route one, where Egypt are just trying to build up through the lines.
Here comes Ashur, and they were doing exactly that here, but the flick was really poor from Imam Ashur. Picked out a white shirt, that of Mohammadi, and he gives it straight back to the Egyptian. Ashur's pass second time around was better. Saber in the centre circle at 1-1, 31 and a half minutes gone. Egypt going through, Iran currently in limbo as the Egyptians, the Pharaohs as they're called, have it on halfway. Trezeguet and Salah waiting for this ball to come forward. Here it comes, Mohamed Salah on the ball, played it into the 18-yard box, but couldn't find Mustafa Ziko. They'll start again near side their right, 20 yards from the corner flag. Hani with a well-weighted ball towards Ashur, and a 1-2 between those two as well. Now trying to get a cross in, but did cross it, didn't get the angle right, and sent it under some pressure straight out for a goal kick. Namati was blocking his route. 1-1.
Yeah, just looking at Mo Salah, he's been a little bit quiet in this first 32 minutes, but there he just dropped into that 10 pocket, and then as he gets it onto his left foot, he's trying to feed it into Ziko, who sends in the centre forward position. Couldn't quite find him. In the end, the ball goes out for a goal kick for Iran.
Free kick for the Iranians, halfway inside their own territory. It's been stop-start a little bit. Mohamed Gobani, the man to pick himself up. Centre circle, Iran have started again. They'll come there, near side left flank. They probably have the greatest degree of boot variety, Perry, in this tournament. Iran, we're used to seeing pink boots on the feet of every player. We've got the whole mixture as Bayram Van sees an attacker come quickly to close him down and expertly manoeuvres the ball from right to left and turns it away, then clears up to halfway. Why didn't he have that composure for the first goal, you might ask? Here it comes forward now to the front line for the Iranians. Mehebi couldn't find his man overlapping though. Milad Mohammadi it was, who raises a thumbs up in acknowledgement of what was a well-intentioned ball, cleared away by the Egyptians and Rami Rabia, and a throw to Iran halfway inside the Egyptian half at 1-1, 33 gone.
You can hear the gasp from the supporters in the Seattle Stadium. Obviously it come to Berevan. Ziko closing down, and he just drags it inside him.
Forward by Ezatolahi into the penalty area, only half cleared and Razayan shot over, and Egypt made a meal of that, didn't they? Defender under the aerial ball could only half head it clear, and Ramin Rezayan, who's got the taste for goals already now in this game, thought his chance had come once more. Fell to him on the half volley, about 15 yards out. There was a blocking defender, but he went high, too high in the end. 1-1.
Yeah, it was a great little headed pass from Godos there, just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Comes to Rezayan, and we said again about the positivity that Iran are playing going forward. So Rezayan is the right wing back. He ends up in the left-hand side of the 18-yard box, just tries to get his shot away, and unfortunately skies it over the crossbar.
I always enjoy, that's one thing I've always enjoyed, seeing players who aren't used to playing in a certain position end up somewhere they're completely not supposed to. It reminds me of when you used to play video games and you had the wrong configuration on your controllers and you go for a slide tackle and somehow you go for a shot. He looked a man out of position there, and it didn't help him or his side. 34 and a half minutes gone. Egypt won, Iran won. This result suiting Egypt. They're all but through coming into this game. Iran, as it stands, in third and not confirmed of a place in the round of 32.
Yeah, just looking at Iran, just trying to put a sort of if it's possible, be a mid-court press, and Egypt have played their way around it really, really well. Lassayin just making sure he's getting himself on the ball. As a Talawi, again, just a little bit late.
And Machines been fouled there. Got ahead of the man who played well in his brief loan spell at Reading before a serious injury in the Championship side is Atalahi. Now plays for Shabab Al-Ahli in the United Arab Emirates. All but 5 minutes of the World Cup so far for him. He's an important man. He's one of those sporting a yellow card, so walking that proverbial tightrope. 10 minutes to go until the break. 1-1 Egypt and Iran. In the other game in the group, it's still 1-0 to Belgium. They had a penalty overturned just before the goal, but it was Leandro Trossard who put them into the lead against the All Whites, who need a lot of favours up there to go through. As Iran try and shield this ball out for a goal hit, and it's Mehebi who does it. Gets a high five from his centre-back, Shoja Khalilzadeh, and he waves his arm at the Iranian supporters behind the goal to try and get some noise. There is a mix of red of Egypt and the whites of the Iranian fans in the stands. Good noise so far in Seattle, and one chance to celebrate for both teams so far. 1-1.
Yeah, Khalilzadeh and El Talawi just crowding out Zico there, making sure that he's got nowhere to go.
And again, they've tried the long ball, Iran. They've got it up to Mohammadi, left side of the box. Ran into the defender this time, though. And Mohamed Hani sent it away. Won a succession of trophies with the dominant Al-Ahli in Egypt. He's tended to be overlooked for major tournaments. A bit light on bodies now, though, at the back, Egypt. And it is their defence that's going to be under threat again. We're preparing for a throw-in that looks like a long one from Ali Namati. And he's got his centre-backs adding some height in the area. Hossein Kanani is up. Robani's in there too. Misses both of them in the end. It was a poor throw. Egypt had it clear at 1-1. And here on the left side again, Iran will start with Namati. His cross, well intentioned but poor. Swung away at the last minute. Egypt got half a header clear. Picked up on the edge of their defensive third. And Trezeguet, a long way from the attack where he makes his money, plays it inside. Now forward come the Egyptians with Saber, their goal scorer. Now halfway inside the Iranian half they are with Trezeguet. Drop of the shoulder, finds Saber again. Dallied on it there too long, Mustafa Zico. And he was barred sideways off the ball. Firm but fair challenge from the Iranians. And at 1-1, they will clear up to Godos, who can't find Taremi over halfway. And it's Egypt's turn to recycle. Back in defence, where they've won a free kick actually. And we have 7.5 minutes to go before half-time. Egypt heading through. Iran don't know where they stand at the moment as the third place side.
Yeah, good build-up play from Egypt on the left-hand side with Sabir and Trezeguet just hugging the left-hand touch side, just cutting inside, just trying to roll it back inside to Zico. And in the end, it was fantastic defensive play from Godos, who made sure that he got back, thinking of the what if it comes into Zico. Did brilliantly for his team there, just got a little toe in and got it away from Zico on the edge of the 18-yard box.
Here's Trezeguet for the Egyptians. Yellow boots flashing as he turns. His defender tried to get across the way, but Rezayan, who's cut every blade of grass down that right-hand side for Iran, came from nowhere, as he did for the goal, and sent it behind for a corner. Egypt 1-1 in a game they were leading, in a game that they can lose and still go through. Iran hoping that New Zealand can get back into the game on Talk Sport, which is currently 1-0 to Belgium.
Yeah, Trezeguet's looked very lively, like David Trezeguet, obviously, that was coach when he was younger, wasn't it?
That's it, exactly.
Similar playing styles. Likes to cut in on his right foot from the left-hand side.
We've got a Trezeguet and a Zico in the area. Zico curling his run to try and meet it, but it was a defensive header of Taremi to get it clear. Second ball also dealt with by Iran. Might have to deal with a third because Saber shot from distance. Hit his own man though. Zico it was. It might have been on target. Don't think it had the requisite power to beat Bayram-Vand, although you don't know from his earlier effort. Spilling for the goal. And out for a dead ball harmlessly. 39 gone. Egypt 1. Iran 1 on TalkSport 2.
Yeah, Razak did well. Just made sure he put Sabir under pressure as the ball came out to him, so he didn't get a free shot. Talking of the goalkeepers, Shabir obviously saved the penalty from Taremi. His dad was a international goalkeeper for Egypt back in the World Cup in 1990 and played a big part on the new rule coming in of the back pass rule, because it was against Egypt against England where they just kept passing back to him and kept picking it up. So in the end FIFA thought, no, we've got to do something about this, and then the back pass rule came in 1992.
And absolutely, it was an infamous 0-0 draw with the Republic of Ireland that was said to be the catalyst for it. And his hopes of keeping a clean sheet in this game was scuppered after Ramin Rezayan equalised for the Iranians after Mehdi Taremi had a penalty saved by Chaubert as Egypt hook away from the defensive lines up to halfway where they will keep the ball. Trezeguet was dipping in between the lines, and now Salah out to the right hand side for Ashour, who tried a through ball into the penalty area but too heavy for Trezeguet, who was marked anyway. And Bayern Van all in blue, white gloves, short sleeves, bowls out. When did the goalkeepers start wearing short sleeves, Perry? I can't think of it when I was growing up watching football. You seem to see more of them favouring the short sleeves now than you ever did, as he might be called into action here. Mohamed Salah with a 1-2. Iran clear the first ball, then the second from Trezeguet, and back to halfway.
From what I can remember, I think Buffon, the Italian goalkeeper, was one of the first ones.
Oh yes, you're right, he did,
to wear
didn't he?
short sleeves. In my days, it was goalkeeper was all green, didn't wear gloves, just made sure that they spat on the palms of the hands and rubbed it in the dirt so they could get a little bit more grip on the ball. And then it was like gardener's gloves, green goalkeeper's gloves. But now it's got even more technical.
And the pitches weren't like carpets then either, were they? As Azatolahi goes down and is fouled in the centre circle. Egyptian defence with a little stretch there, and the yellow card has come out again. Third time it's been flashed by Simon Martiniak. That's gone to Yasser Ibrahim. And so another defender drawn into a tackle, and this one cops the yellow card, and a deserved one too, because Azatolahi had capitalised on an errant pass, might have been able to play Iran through there with an out ball, and Hossam Hassan, the Egyptian boss, well, he slammed his fist into the side of the dugout in frustration. With all the adrenaline going through his body, surely right now he might not feel it. It's got to hurt. 41 and a half minutes gone. Egypt 1, Iran 1.
I think he was just frustrated that Ibrahim, his centre half, got himself caught on the ball. Just overcomplicated it. Azatolahi did really well, just coming just to close him down, and on the follow through Ibrahim caught him. And again, quite rightly, Simon Marciniak, the referee, admonished the yellow card.
Well, Egypt all but confirmed this going through. Iran in third place as it stands with 3 points, so they don't know whether they'll be continuing or not. First time for either team getting through out of the group stages it would be. Egypt have been trying for nearly a century now. They missed their boat to the first ever World Cup, missed the connection from Marseille in France it was, couldn't get there because of storms, never turned up. And they turned up well in the opening game of this one though, against Belgium, and they've carried that momentum through, and they'll clear their lines from defence up towards Ashour with an exceptional touch on his right thigh to take it down. And Hani on the right hand side on the halfway line, playing it down the line for Salah, who's fouled. Yellow card's come out again. Ali Nemati, the defender. Busy first half for the Polish referee. Ali Nemati goes into the book.
That's such good play from Mo Salah. Just coming on that right hand side as the ball's played into him. He just lets the ball roll across his body, drops his right shoulder. Nemati falls for it, put like a line and sinker. Just comes in. Mo Salah gets away from him, just gets his left foot across him. Nemati just pulls him back. Again, quite rightly, the referee, Simon Marciniak, gets the yellow card out. It's a dangerous position here for Egypt, just on their right hand side, about 15 yards in from the right hand touchline, 10 yards outside the box.
Taking it short as well, Mohamed Salah played with a 1-2 into the penalty area, but then Iran were wise to it. White shirts clear their lines, remains 1-1. Egypt in first in the group, Iran in third. Belgium still leading New Zealand, so they are second. That would change in Iran's favour if the All Whites can find a goal in Vancouver. But in Seattle, Iran have their destiny in their own hands. They need a goal and a win to take them through without favours anywhere else into the round of 32. As Mohamed Salah drops deep into his own half, lost the ball on his feet for a second under the pressure from Mohammadi. He's been a handful from the Iranians, and he's still trying to run it clear. Mohamed Salah, he's gone about 40 yards with it in circles, and eventually plays it back to his centre-back, Rabia.
Yeah, very cool from Mo Salah. Just that sometimes when football's very simple, Egypt got a really dangerous position for their free kick. You're talking about a minute before half-time. Mo Salah just eased it into the box with the instep of your left foot. And we've seen that Bayern Van in goal for Iran, was a bit shaky for Egypt's goal. Just test him. In the end, they try and overcomplicate it, and Iran read it. So then the centre-halves have come 60, 70 yards up the pitch from Egypt. We've got to go all the way back again.
Salah trying to cross-field ball there up towards Trezeguet, who was bundled down. Don't think there was enough in it for a free kick. It was just outside the area. Rezayan, well, maybe it was a bit more physical actually than I first thought when I've seen a replay of it. Outside the box, and the Egyptian fans, they were up in arms, claiming that should have been a free kick. Certainly didn't get any of the ball. Argument was whether Trezeguet was going to get any of it. Either way, it's Wade does play on from the Iranian goalkeeper. And we're in the final seconds of first half normal time. One apiece in Seattle. Egypt, after that first ever World Cup win over New Zealand, in a brilliant position, and they are heading through 5 minutes the additional time. Iran coming forward with a long ball down the path up towards Taremi. Ball was stabbed out of play by Yasser Ibrahim, and so a throw into the white shirts of Iran, halfway inside their own half, the Egyptian half, looking for a goal that would change the complexion of this group completely.
Yeah, again we see Iran not frightened to go long out to Mohammadi on this left-hand side. Great little flick on for Taremi just to try and get in that left-hand channel. Egypt cleared the danger, so you have Nemeti just come out on this left-hand side for Iran to take another long throw in.
Ali Nemati to take the throw. When he goes short, that might have been a foul throw. It barely went over his head. Referees allowed it. Quick 1-2 with Godos near side the left-hand channel. Crossed in, Curler, goalkeeper's come forward, didn't get there, headed wide, and that was a chance for Iran to take the lead. Head in hands moment for Shoja Khalilzadeh. Shobir came a long way off his line. Didn't look like he was going to get there. It was a lovely weighted cross. Godos waiting to send it in, then threaded it down the line, and when it came, well, the Iran man should have done better. He gets in front of the goalkeeper, actually beats him to it, heads it wide, and then gets a blow to the side of the temple from the goalkeeper Shobir.
It's a great cross from Nemeti on this left-hand side with his left foot. Shobir comes out like he's been shot out of the cannon, gets nowhere near it. Khalilzadeh actually gets there in front of him. If he gets the header on target, the ball goes in the back of the net, unfortunately misses the target. And I think that was the worst one we've seen in the World Cup from Nemati there. It was like, you know, when a bunny rabbit actually just wipes its ears. That's exactly how it was. I can't believe the referee has given a foul throw.
You have the best similes of anybody I've ever met, Perry Gross. I've never heard that one before, but it is a very apt way of describing it. I don't know how. I'm all for a flowing game. I don't know how it was allowed. I've seen under fives take better throw-ins when I used to be a junior coach. Well, it was terrible.
You could bet your life. I say Hassan, the Egyptian manager, if it actually would have gone in, it would have been headbutting the tech there, let alone punch it with his fists.
Indeed. Not missing any action, by the way. The ball is out on halfway. 2.5 minutes into the 5 minutes of added time. Egypt 1, Iran 1. Belgium still leading against New Zealand 1-0 with Trossard's goal on TalkSport. We'll have two teams at least added into the mix for the round of 32 in around about an hour's time. Egypt, I saw the statisticians gave them a 99% chance of qualifying before this game. Scotland fans, if you're still clinging on to any belief, at the moment the team in this group have a better record than your team does. 3 points, a goal differential of 0. A goal for Egypt will change that in your favour. Forward come the Egyptians down the right hand side with Salah. Crossing opportunity with 2 minutes of added time remaining. 1-1. Picks up corner of the area. Lachine thought about a cross double back in the end. Salah was tight to the touchline, tried a ambitious 1-2 with Ashur, and it goes Iran's way, and they clear through Taremi towards halfway. Ashur again for Egypt. They've upped the tempo just outside of half time. Halfway inside the Iran half. Pass from right to left. Red shirts coming forward now, in good number as well. Trezeguet had his head up, and saw Fatou on the left-hand side. Iran with 10 behind the ball, and now Taremi's come back to get involved as well. Aiming to take this to half-time at 1-1. Right-hand side from Lachine now. Wall-to-wall pressure here from the Egyptians. Cross came in from Hani, hit a defender, no red shirts around him, but he gets the ball back from the clearance. Long spell of pressure from the Egyptians. Can they make it count with Saber who shoots, and that was the wrong option. 30 yards out, a little bit of room to shoot though. Nowhere like the composure he showed for his goal earlier. Sent it about 15 yards over the bar on the angle. 1-1. Final minutes of 5 added in the first half.
Yeah, Sabir should be just going out to Fatou on that left-hand side. A little bit of frustration there. Iran just dropping a little bit deeper on the edge of the 18-yard box, just making sure they're trying to get in. Obviously at half-time, 1-1. Amir Galliano, the Iranian manager, will be really, really pleased with the response from this team. We're disappointed, obviously, not going in 2-1 up with Taremi missing the penalty. It was saved from Shobir Low down to his left-hand side, but he'll be really pleased with the fighting spirit that his team has shown, and they're still very much in the running to get that second place if they can carve out a winning goal.
Just the goal that will change it. Also a goal for New Zealand would change it too. 15 seconds and a half remaining. Been a very entertaining half. end-to-end football for the most part, and Iran are looking to have the final say. Poor clearance from the Egyptians in the right back position, and now Hani is trying to wrestle it back, lost it. It's the time for the throw-in to be taken. Referee seems to say yes here for Mehebi, who in fact is going to leave it, and it's going to be Nemati who's got a long throw when he chooses to use it, coming over to the near side.
I wonder if he can do his Jive Bunny impression. This time you can bet your life he's going to make sure that he actually lobs it into the 6-yard box if he can reach.
Well, they've also got Milad Mohammadi who can do the roly-poly throw-in, but he's not taking this one. It's going to be Nemati, whose job is to get this as close to the goal as possible. Huge run-up, he bounces it like a basketballer, flings it a good 40 yards into the penalty area, drops off an Egypt body, but they clear it. We played over 30 seconds from the initial 5 to allow that, and Mahmoud Saber of Egypt drops down and kisses the turf and says a prayer. His goal gave Egypt lead in this game. A penalty was then saved from Iran's Mediterranean by Mustafa Shober. He was beaten inside 3 minutes later by a brilliant goal on the angle from Ramin Rezayan. So with it being still 1-0 in Vancouver for Belgium against New Zealand, it is Egypt top of the group, 5 points. We know they're as good as through whatever happens. Belgium also on 5 points and heading through automatically. Iran in purgatory, 3 points, 1-1 in this game. Will they be able to find a way through to the round of 32 for the very first time? As the fourth official readies himself with the electronic ball. We've got 2 of them nowadays. Facilitates things, and on comes Hardani to the right side of the defence for Hossein Kanani. So it'll be interesting to see if he goes into that right-sided centre-back spot rather than playing at right-back. We're also waiting for Marmoush now to come on. He is all stripped and ready. Mahmoud Saber's number has been flashed up. Imam Ashur as well, so Marmoush into the front line, Manchester City man. And in comes Marwan Atiyah as well. He'll go into the midfield, defensive midfielder. So changes from both teams. Changing the scoreline will not help Iran if the goal goes against them. For them, and it will send them into the round of 32 on their own merit, and without having to wait nervously for results elsewhere. But as we touched on, they're in a good position in the table of third place teams, a better position than Scotland. And it is at the moment New Zealand heading out of the World Cup. Cameron Pope and the former Arsenal winger Perry Groves, your commentary team on TalkSport 2. Head over to TalkSport for the second half of Belgium versus New Zealand. Belgium 1-0 up, and at the moment taking second spot. It's the sort of round of fixtures that a neutral will dream of, not that Belgian fans will dream of. All the jeopardy you could ask for, and which way will the momentum swing in this second half. So away go Iran in their white shirts, now kicking from left to right. Bayram Van in goal, Nemati, Khalilzadeh and Hardani, the 3 centre halves, wing backs Rezayan, the goal scorer, and Mohammadi. Gorbani in midfield behind Izzatullahi and Godos, Mehebi and Taremi, who had his first half penalty save up front. Egypt in red, black and black. Shober, the goalkeeper, Hani, Ibrahim, Rabia and Fatu at the back. Atiyah and Lashim behind Salah, unless he's brought further forward in this half. We'll get Perry's thoughts in a second. Trezeguet, Zico and Marmoush newly on the attacking line.
Yep, for Egypt, just like Atiyah will just go like for Sabir.
Double substitution for
Hassan
Egypt.
Hussein, the Egyptian man, is probably worried that Sabir was on it.
Well, crossing from Godos, so it flashed past everybody. Came from nothing. Mohamed Mehebi was the nearest to it. The defender Hani got the shot away in the end with a clearance. It's fallen in the 18-yard box, and the shot is curled over the bar. Well, it fell nicely to Rezayan. He opted not to shoot. He squared it, and the eventual shot was off target, and a move that came out of nothing for Iran. They caught Egypt a little bit flat-footed. The clearance wasn't great, and the opportunity is spurned. Izzatullahi on the edge of the penalty area, couldn't keep it down and hit the target.
Well, that was a brilliant cross from Mohammadi on the right-hand side. Just had no hesitation, just whipped the ball into the 18-yard box, and then it looked like Babani or Taremi would get on the end of it. Unfortunately, just whips across the 6-yard box, can't quite make the contact. Really good start from Iran on the front foot, a little bit more positive starting this second half than they did the first half.
Well, if they're waiting for a goal from New Zealand to save them and put them into second, they might be waiting a long time. The All Whites with just one touch in the Belgian box in the first half are over on TalkSport. Belgium 1-0 up. Egypt, we knew, all but through coming into this round of games. Iran have a good chance of joining them as a third place side, but a goal would pump them up into a brilliant position. And they know that a win will be good enough. 1-1. Back with Bayram Van, the goalkeeper, all in blue he is. Plays it out short to his nearest defender, Kalazar.
Yeah, just a bit of Egypt. Mamouche has gone through the middle alongside Mo Salah. Zico's gone out onto that right-hand side, so they've gone basically into a 4-4-2.
And it's been taken down by Godos of Iran. 30 yards out on the left-hand side. Tried a through ball, but couldn't get it back on the 1-2. And Egypt take it up into the midfield third. Long ball upfield though, no red shirts waiting for it. There was a clap over the head from Trezeguet, now wide on that flank. But nobody was making the run, and Iran have the ball back. 48 minutes gone. Only 3 World Cup wins for the Iranians. They played 20 games. They beat the USA in 1998, Morocco in 2018, and then 4 years ago they beat Wales in Qatar. Winning this one will send them through for sure. Defending now though, crossing the Egyptian left in towards Mohamed Salah. Won't reach him. Taken out of the air by Mohammadi for Iran and cleared 40 yards out from goal. Salah has already got there, taking the ball inside on his left foot, 30 yards out on the angle, crossed the box, and a shot at goal from Trezeguet. Took it first time, angled towards the corner but saved by the goalkeeper. Brilliant play by Mohamed Salah, the vision was beautiful, and Trezeguet took it, really difficult to execute. Goalkeeper got down early and pushes it to his chest. 1-1.
Yeah, Trezeguet looks like he's going to cry there, because as the ball comes in from Mo Salah on that right-hand side, cuts on his left foot, Iran don't get close enough to him. He picks out Trezeguet just inside the box corner, left-hand side, and he actually comes with his right foot. He actually takes the right option, tries it first time, it actually comes off his ankle. That's why he's frustrated with himself, because it comes off the inside of his right foot, tries to bend it inside Bayram's low down his left-down post, so he just miskicks it completely. That's why he looks so disappointed.
Belgium have got a second goal. Leandro Trossard at the double. That's over on TalkSport. So New Zealand heading out of the World Cup. That defeat against New Zealand, costly for them. Against New Zealand, against Egypt I should say. They had their chances in the first game against Iran. The Iranians had to equalise twice in that game. So it's Belgium still second in the group, same goal difference as Egypt, who they drew with, but Egypt has scored more goals, so at the moment Egypt are topping the group. And forward they come now down the left-hand side. Egypt fighting for a top spot. They'll play a third-place team if they manage it. Belgium at the moment playing Australia, the runners-up from Group D, and Iran are in a good position, but not confirmed, in third in the table. A goal and a win will send them through. Defensive ball for Egypt. Seen a lot of teams pass laterally along the defence, but most of the games have been open and expansive. Red shirts are just walking it out now though. It's pedestrian pace for Lachine, and the man who plays for Pyramids FC, Cairo-based club. African champions last year, as he launches the ball long over all the heads though. Mamouche the closest to it, as the goalkeeper for Iran picks up. 1-1, 50 minutes gone. Still hangs in the balance for Iran though. This game could swing wildly away from them and deprive them of a first progression from the groups at the World Cup.
You're also, obviously, Egypt the top of the group at the moment. Obviously, joint over 5 points with Belgium, but if Iran get a goal and go in front, and then that flips it again around completely. So there's still a lot of jeopardy in this game.
It's a brilliant way to finish the group standings. As it is, it's favouring Egypt. As Razayan goes up for an aerial ball, can't control it though, and for his overzealous work in winning it back, free kick is given against him. Very slow start to this second half. We saw Iran roar out of the traps, but since that initial cross, that brilliant ball in they had from the right hand side from Mahedi, there have been no chances on goal for them. Egypt attacking now. Salah up to the byline and cut it back, but Trezeguet's shot was blocked. Good defending by the white-shirted Iranians, and Trezeguet again looks disconsolate that he's missed his chance. Saleh Hardani, the man who got the block in, who went around slapping all his teammates in high fives. Another chance for Egypt to stretch the line. Remains 1-1.
It's great defending from Hardani, because he just made sure Mo Salah gets down that right hand side. Trezeguet comes in from the left, and Hardani does well because he just opens his body out. He looks like over his shoulder. He knows that Trezeguet is there. As the ball's come back, Hardani just makes sure he goes and gets the block in.
Salah's corner, and headed a goal but wide, and they got in each other's way. Lachine went for the header. Yasser Ibrahim was in his way and has come off the worst, actually. He's down on the ground, holding the back of his head. He just checked for blood. I don't think there is any. Painful one all the same. Iranian defenders went for it. They all missed it. It's a goal kick, though.
Yeah, just went there. Ibrahim and Lashin. Obviously, there's no communication there because they've both gone for the same ball. And if Ibrahim just makes sure that he ducks and gets out of the way, Lashin has a free header. You see the Egyptian manager Hossein Moussane putting cuddles all round on his coaches on the bench. He realises what a gilt-edged opportunity that was.
Massive chance. How many are there going to be in this game? It might be no goals that settle it. It might be one that can make all the difference, though, in Group G. One of the picks for the group of the World Cup so far. We didn't have a win for the first 3 games of it. And Iran, could they take that rare honour of qualifying for the knockout stages, as Cape Verde have done, without winning a game? It's certainly a possibility. At the moment, the odds are in their favour. They don't have the ball, though. It's Egypt on halfway. Left side of the defence as Atia flicks it over a couple of white-shirted Iranians. Rezayan wins a second ball but then loses it to Omar Marmoush. And Lashin, not with an accurate ball to Salah ahead of him, didn't need to play it in a 3-ball style, could have played it to Feats, who will get the second ball back though. And this time it's a conservative approach, going back to Chaubert in goal. 53.5 minutes gone, and it's Egypt 1, Iran 1.
We're looking at the table. Belgium are the only team, though, they're definitely going to qualify, in the automatic positions.
Well, Egypt were given a 99% chance, weren't they, before this game? And did the calculations, it would have needed them to lose by a stack of goals and other results to conspire against them for them not to go through. That explains the 4 changes that they made, resting Marmoush, who's now on. But in another group, 4 points might not have been enough to get you into that position for the final group game, but because of all the draws they'd had, it put them top of the pile. 54 minutes on the clock. Noise still from both sets of supporters. Many locals, I should imagine, as well. As the hour mark approaches, and we are no different to where we were after 15 minutes. Egypt, and you would say more than likely Iran heading through, with Belgium in between them in second. Bayram Vand, edge of his penalty area, boots it out on the right foot. And it is an Iranian header to take it towards Taremi, who then clatters into his man. 50-50 ball. Referee says play on. Rezayan 30 yards out has his shot blocked. There might be a second Iranian shot that came from Godos, but it went straight into Hardani, and the Egyptian man is still down, so Iran have put the ball out. The referee has stopped play. It's Zico who must now get some treatment after clattering into Mehdi Taremi, and he's sitting up and slapping the turf as he feels his collarbone.
Yeah, to be fair, it was just Taremi got his eyes fully on the ball. Zico just coming in, and it's Zico just a little bit late on Taremi.
Well, Taremi goes in with his head and his shoulder. Zico goes in with his boot. That's the issue.
Yeah, they say that obviously Zico's come off worse. He thinks it's Taremi, but you just saw on the replay that Taremi is just solely concentrating on the both of them are concentrating on the ball. It's just an accidental coming together. Unfortunately, Zico comes off a little bit worse. I think at the start, Simon Marciniak obviously knew that it wasn't a head injury, so he just tried to play on. But in the end, because Zico stayed prone on the floor, then he has to stop the game.
Well, it's good refereeing, isn't it? It's another example of it. It's sensible refereeing, because he knew there was a chance. As soon as the chance was gone, OK, then we can check if he's OK.
Yeah, but then he gives the ball, obviously, quite rightly, back to Iran because they were in possession, but then they lose it.
Well, they've lost it just inside the Egyptian half, and Marmoush is looking to take advantage. He's the only red shirt in the Iranian half, though. Still the only shirt. Left edge of the penalty area, trying to get forward. He was looking to hold that ball up, but the free kick has gone against him. He's bundled his marker, Izzatullahi, over. And a lot of holding up to do there. The Manchester City man has become a global star since his move to the Premier League. Turned heads at Wolfsburg and Frankfurt in Germany. Just finished his first Premier League season, and on with fire in his belly after not starting. But he's left his mark on Izzatullahi there, as Zizou is getting ready to come on for Egypt. Right winger, plays for Al Ahly. Most of his career with the Egyptian Big Two. That spells in Belgium and in Portugal as well. Unremarkable goal return though for the national team. Just 5 goals and 66 caps, and he replaces a man with a brilliant all-time record. Mohamed Salah is coming off after 57 minutes. A handshake from the man whose record he's trying to level, Hassan, with what would be his 69th goal. That will have to wait to the group stages. we know that Egypt are all but there, irrespective of what happens.
So Hassan Hussein, the Egyptian manager, thinks, right, I'm not going to give you any chances to beat my national goal scoring record, so I'll take you off. Obviously, he's just rested him. He's just rested him for, obviously, the last 32. So we've got Zizou and Zico, both on the pitch at the same time.
Indeed, for an attack with two nicknamed players. So it is the sort of dream ball that Iran have just played. Chip out from Bayram Van. He did find his man Izzatullahi. It's a sort of ball that goalkeepers have to be absolutely sure about. He just dinked it, only 10 yards over the oncoming Egyptian. But the Egyptian attack will be in the mood for goals. Know they're going through. They can let loose. 2 minutes to go before the hour at 1-1.
Yeah, just like Zico will go and play up front alongside Mamouche. Zizou will go on that right-hand side.
Well, good to know they're not playing right next to each other then, isn't
right,
it?
yeah.
Might have a problem then if they were playing one off the other. As Salah sits down, and I think he's got a bit of strapping there on his left thigh. It's wrapped up in what looks like cling film. I'm sure it's something more scientific. There must be ice under there that I can't see. But a worry for Egypt if he's not fit and fully fit for the round of 32 that they're sure to be a part of.
Yeah, I think that was probably more precautionary. He didn't look like he was in that much distress, did he, when he walked off the pitch. Just looking at the Iranian goalkeeper Berivan, he's not short of confidence when the ball's at his feet.
Absolutely not. He might be needed here though. Chip ball through towards Trezeguet, but he was marshalled by three white Iranian shirts. It bounces off his shoulder in the end, and it's gone for an Iran throw. 1-1, 58 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, the game hasn't quite hit the heights in this first 13, come up to 40 minutes of the second half. Looking in the first half, both teams have gone sort of a little bit cagey. Obviously they'll both be aware of Belgium being 2-0 up against New Zealand. But it's whether Iran are going to...
Oh, they've lost at Egypt in the centre circle, and Iran coming forward, and it needed a better ball to Godos. He might have been away there. Mehebi couldn't find him. They've given away a free kick here as well now, Iran. Egypt will be glad of that. It was 3-on-3, attackers versus defenders, and Saman Godos, the former Brentford player, well, he had a beautiful opportunity then to send the ball forward. Well, referee, I think, has given this to Iran, actually. Godos went down after the initial contact, and so it is a free kick that might continue this move. Heavy coming together with Yasser Ibrahim, who's only just roused himself from the turf, and he's in some real pain. And the goalkeeper, well, he thinks it's serious enough to come out of his goal here, Chaubert. 30 yards out to check on his stricken teammate. And so, a lot like a 50-50, it might go Iran's way here, although Egypt have now been given the ball back. I think it is going to be an Egypt free kick. But Iran with a real opportunity to play themselves through.
Yeah, just a really sloppy layoff from Godos when it come into him, just trying to roll it in Taremi. And then he just sort of gets a bit frustrated, goes chasing the ball. Ibrahim just gets there before him, just a little follow through. And it's just a bit of frustration. And quite rightly, the referee gave the free kick to Egypt because Godos was just a little bit late and ended up just treading on top of Ibrahim's foot.
You've got to keep your concentration, certainly now in the final round of the groups. 30 minutes to go. And this ageing Iranian team, there's been a suggestion they might be caught at the end of the generation, namely oldest World Cup starting 11 last time out. 3 players over the age of 36, or 36 or over, for the first time ever in a World Cup in their draw against Belgium. Got to keep mentally switched on now with Egypt coming forward. Through ball was pulled out. Zizou tried the back heel, didn't get it off, and away come Iran with a long ball up towards Taremi, who's got 2 defenders strapped to him, and won back by one of them, Rabia. And no danger for Marwan Atiyah in his Egypt shirt there. He rolls it into the midfield third. 61 minutes gone. Egypt topping the group, 1-1. Belgium winning 2-0 against New Zealand and going through in second as it stands. 3 ball towards Trezeguet for Egypt. Gets there at the intersection of penalty area and byline. Back to Fatou on his right foot now. Away from goal. Atiyah playing it more central. Egypt have plenty of options. Iran in 2 banks of players behind the ball as it is. As Atiyah walks it into the centre circle. For an Egypt side preparing for their first taste of World Cup knockout action. New Zealand, the team going out in the group as it stands. Forward towards Trezeguet. Left corner of the area with his back to goal. And now overlapping is Marmoush, left-footed cross. Oh, it nearly found Trezeguet, and the follow-up was shot at goal. Deflection from the boot of Zizou, and the referee saw it. So a corner is given, and Egypt starting to pull the strings again at 1-1.
Yeah, just Iran starting to just set that little bit deeper. Egypt setting the tone, getting possession. Marmoush just on that left-hand side as Iran tries to cut it back to Trezeguet. In the end, it comes out to Zizou on the edge of the box with his left foot. Just has his shot, gets deflected. Corner for Egypt on their left-hand side, taken by Zizou, in swing with his right foot.
So here he comes then, the Al Ahly man looking to find an Egypt teammate. 1-1 in this game towards the goalkeeper. Simple catch for Alireza Beiranvand, and opens his arms up, grabs, and then moves to the edge of his penalty area, ready to clear out. Actually has two world records, Beiranvand. Well, he's held them. Longest throw at 61 metres. And longest drop kick at 78. He can kick it an absolute mile.
So basically he's got an anvil in his boot.
But what he showed in the first half is he can't always catch it.
Well, so he needs to keep his legs together because the ball's obviously just gone through his legs for Sevilla's goal. But I have to say, other than that, he has looked very, very confident. You know, he's an experienced goalkeeper. He's comfortable in his own skin because he hasn't let that mistake that he made get to him, where he's been brilliant with the ball at his feet.
And he may be needed again. Through ball over the top. Marmoush, left side of the box by the byline. Is he fouled there? Referee said yes from Calazada. At his back to goal, the defender. How defenders hate to be. And Marmoush holding the ball up expertly. And just got a little bit of contact in the back. Hand on the hip, forced him down to ground. I don't think he really needed to make the challenge there.
Well, because Marmoush is facing the touchline. He's going nowhere. Calazada just needs to shut him out. And what you do is you go what they call touch tight, where you can put your hand virtually in the small of Marmoush's back and you make sure you're just a yard away so he can't get turned. So he's given a really cheap free kick away in a dangerous position on the left-hand side for Egypt.
And here it comes, almost like an advanced corner. Back towards Atia, edge of the area. Chip all over the top, cut back into the middle. Nearly found its man. Ibrahim was waiting for it. Sent away for a corner. What a chance that was for 2-1. Brilliant thinking by Lachine. Excellent vision to get there in time on the byline. Put it back into the mix where there were loads of red shirts waiting. And Iran managed to scramble it clear. 1-1 it remains.
Oh, it's a great little ball from Atia on the edge of the 18-yard box, left-hand side with his right foot. Just trying to play in his midfield partner Lachine, who's gone round the back, and he's just tried to stretch.
Here comes the corner, far side, then outswinger defensive header, and there were Egyptians all lining up in red to head that one at goal. Iran have it though, looking to break with Taremi, up to halfway now. Oh, he's felled, and he's got 4 red shirts around him. He's fallen on the ball too. They're claiming handball, the Egyptians, and it's gone Egypt's way. Mohamed Mehebi couldn't believe it. He was furious that hadn't been given to his striker. Taremi was getting away. I thought he got a shove in the back there from Marmoush.
Because Marmoush has run back about 50-60 yards. Taremi is just trying to make way down that left-hand side, and Marmoush is just with his right forearm, he just pushed him straight in this morning's back. That's the first mistake Simon Marciniak, the referee, has made, because it was a blatant foul from Marmoush. You can just tell the way that he turned round and looked at the referee and say, I haven't done anything here. They just pushed him to the floor.
There's been another goal in the game on Talk Sport, and Belgium have got an unanswered third against New Zealand, and that now means their goal difference is better than Egypt's as it stands. Egypt crossing from the left-hand side, cleared away by Iran, and so a throw it to be taken by the Egyptians. As it stands then, Egypt will be second, and that will mean they'll play Australia in a round of 32, and Belgium instead will play a best third placed finisher, Kevin De Bruyne, with that goal to go with 2 for Leandro Trossard. Over on TalkSport that game, if you have the app, you can flick between the stations at the click of a button. If you're staying with us on TalkSport 2, and I hope you are, this one hangs in the balance for Iran. Defending here, Marmoush's ball through the middle, up towards Trezeguet, couldn't quite find him. Zico got a wrap on the end of the boot there as well from a defender. It was cleared by Iran, who are going to make a change at 1-1. And they have got Shahriar Maganlou, a centre forward who plays for Kalba in the UAE, and it's the ex-Brentford man Godos who's coming
Number
off.
14.
Well, that's a midfielder, an attacking midfielder, going for a man who normally plays as an out-and-out striker. It's going to be interesting to see what they do here.
See where they, Maganlou, where he's going to go up front with Taremi, just to give him a little bit of physicality there. Centre forward, 6'3", likes to hold the ball up, and they'll engage in the centre half, so maybe say that they'll go as a front 2.
Egypt trying to hook over the top, looking for Mustafa Zico. Bounced away off the defender. Iran clearing again over halfway, and they're having to do that more and more now. So 2 points, 2 teams on 5 points in Group G. Belgium top of the group. Egypt, who were through except in case of a massive defeat against them. And Iran might yet be as one of the best third-place teams with their 3 points and goal difference of exactly 0. Here's Trezeguet for Egypt, left-hand side of the area, forced to go away from goal though at 1 apiece.
So Iran can get themselves a winner, then obviously they flip, then they go, obviously Egypt goes down into third position, and Iran goes into second.
It would be something special for Iran. For the first ever time getting through, 7th time of asking at the World Cup. Beat Wales 2-0 in Qatar, but failed to progress after losing 1-0 to the United States. They've managed to win 1 game at the last 2 tournaments, and they've drawn both of these so far. Marmoush always won it. Edge of the attacking third. Left edge of the penalty area, got a shot away, deflected heavily, out for a corner. Khalilzadeh saw it ping off his back, or rather he didn't see it. I think he was in the right place at the right time. Might have been on target. Corner to Egypt at 1-1. As we go for a hydration break, and I can't believe we're going for a hydration break when there's a corner coming, and the boos are sounding all around Seattle Stadium.
That actually suits Egypt, because when you're coming back in, the last thing you want to do if you're Iran is be facing the corner. Marmoush has looked really lively since he's been on, just basically coming out on that left-hand side in the left-hand pocket, just getting his right foot shot away. Khalilzadeh hits his back, as you said there. It's common sense, and say Simon Marciniak, the referee, has shown a lot of common sense, but you think just let him take the corner, because the concentration levels ultimately dropped from Iran's point of view, so that's the last thing you want to do, is be facing the corner when you come straight back on the pitch.
Well, I was commentating the Jordan-Algeria game in the second round of games, and we didn't have a hydration break until I think the 73rd minute, because there was a goal. I thought we were going to have one, and then we played on for a few minutes, so you might say there might not be a stoppage, but you can carry on till minute 71. I wouldn't stop the game when there's a corner about to come in. Either way, Hossam Hassan has all his teammates, all his team crowded around him. He's sat on a water cooler.
He's got all
It's very Marcelo Bielsa, this, isn't it?
He's all gone Bielsa.
And he's got the paper notes in front of him, pen in his hand, and he's taking them through some sketches that he's made. 1-1 in this game.
I think he's doing his shopping list. Just make sure he knows.
Getting surprised and put around a 32,
exactly.
Clearly.
Needs his bottles of water. Needs his.
Definitely need those.
Needs his energy drinks.
1 apiece, Egypt having led after 5 minutes of this game. Mahmoud Saber's goal cancelled out though after an Iranian penalty was saved. Ramin Rezaian a couple of minutes later firing in from an impossibly tight angle. So 1-1 with Belgium 3-0 up against New Zealand and now leading the group. So it will be Belgium playing a best third place team in Seattle Wednesday 9 p.m. UK time, and on Friday at 7 p.m. UK time in Dallas it will currently be Egypt against Australia. Iran 3 points, 0 goal difference, better off than Scotland, in a decent position. They need 3 results to go against them to stop them going through to the round of 32. At this time, however, if they concede, they will be definitely out with only 2 points.
But then if they score, then they can get themselves in the second position, and Egypt drop into third.
It's so convoluted, but it's so beautiful the way that it's planned out, because you've got all this excitement. No team knows who they're playing. That bit of it is fair. Australia have been playing Egypt, then Belgium. They might end up playing Iran. One thing is for sure, though, I don't think they're going to be playing their neighbours New Zealand, who are 3-0 down, heading out of the World Cup.
Fans, let's give a big round of applause
after being in such a good position against both of these teams, but coming away only with a draw against the Iranians and a defeat against Egypt. Teams heading back out onto the field at 1-1. 6 live commentaries coming up tonight. We're bringing you every game of this World Cup on the TalkSport network. England versus Panama, 10 p.m. live from New York with Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce. Croatia versus Ghana, TalkSport 2. Action continues with 4 more games in the small hours. We'll restart from the corner for Egypt. On their right, far side, 71 gone. 1 apiece, red shirts mixed in among the white of Iran. Outswinger was hit by an Egyptian head there. I think they got in each other's way. Trezeguet got something on it. Rami Rabia was also there and was furious he didn't have a clean run at it. And so Egypt start again from halfway. Lasheen down the left-hand side, and now into Trezeguet. Step overs, left side of the box. Now onto his left foot, got a crossing along the ground. Couldn't find a red shirt. Threaded away by Iran. Starting to get nervy now for them. 72nd minute and 1-1.
Yeah, Trezeguet did his Michael Flatley about 15 foot overs. To be fair to Hadani, he didn't go for it, and Trezeguet actually confused himself because he got it onto his left foot and thought, I better cross it. Just gets a weak cross in. Then Hadani is able to clear it, but Egypt can recycle possession. I have to say, in this second half, Iran haven't really been a threat going forward. Notice it's been Egypt completely dominating possession. It's about Mamouche coming on and looking lively, playing up front. Trezeguet has been decent on this left-hand side.
Oh, free kick given there. Iranian went flying into a tackle, and it's gone the way of Iran because Zico has turned and shouted straight down one of the pitchside microphones and into the vicinity of the assistant as well. Why, he's shouted. Thinking that free kick. So, polite conversation from him as we're seeing a change of shirts for Yasser Ibrahim, who has gone over to the side. I think it was a rip in his shirt that was the issue. It was torn from the corner, battling with Ali Nemati. So Iran holding off Egyptian advances at the moment. 73rd minute, Egypt won around 1.
Yeah, just Iran again going long. Moghalu up front, obviously giving that physical presence. So then Taremi just looks like he's coming off of Moghalu, just drifting out to this right-hand side. When they're out of possession, when they're in possession, it goes into a front 2.
Egypt are preparing a change, by the way. Hamza Abdul Karim, who you might have heard about at this World Cup, now on the books of Barcelona, 18 years old, just 2 international caps, hotly touted as a real prospect for the future. The striker set to come on. Egypt not giving up their pursuit of a win, and with it, the honour of top spot in the group and the chance to play a third place side. Iran in the middle belt of the field, have it in the centre circle with Gorbani on the right foot, plays a through ball out to the right hand side, but not an accurate one, and Rezayan couldn't get there. Then there's a foul committed by the Iranian man, and a free kick given to Egypt halfway inside their own half, left flank. They're heading through. They know that it would have taken a horrible turn of events to send them out after their brilliant start with 4 points. Iran at the moment at the mercy of others, but with their record should have done enough to place as a best third place team.
It's just really sloppy play from Gabani, just picking the ball up in the centre circle. Should be just putting out to Rezayan, just gives the ball away.
As Iran come forward 45 yards out, right hand side, Mahebi looks for a man tight to the touchline. Hardani getting his cross in, easily dealt with by Rabia, the defender, and Egypt have it just shy of halfway. Trezeguet on the ball, right foot on it, flash of his yellow boots as he smashes it cross field, doesn't find a red shirt though, and Iran will head back to their goalkeeper, and Bayram Vand holding it at his feet, whole game ahead of him, quarter of an hour remaining, and Iran knowing they can seal their own destiny with a goal if they can find a winner in this game. Still 3-0 Belgium in Vancouver.
Yeah, it's just Trezeguet coming in from that left-hand side, just trying to switch play out to Zizou on the right-hand side. To be fair to Mati, the Iranian centre-half, he did really well, again making sure he got himself side on, managed to get the first contact.
Header from the Iranian centre circle towards Rezayan, near side there right, now they're attacking, looking for that all-important goal. Mahebi's cross, defensive header, goalkeeper's coming for it, got there with a hand, it's still there with Iran in the penalty area though. Mohammadi, left edge, trying to turn it onto his right foot, falls in the pocket, shot, a goal is blocked, back it comes to Gorbani, 2 getting each other's way, and a poor ball allows Egypt to get it half clear again, sent back forward by Khalilzadeh into the penalty area, ricochets off a head, and a goal kick has been given. Best spell for Iran in the second half. Still 1-1 and they're still in third place.
Yeah, you see there's that little bit more panic now. You say we had Moghalu coming on, playing up front, giving that physical presence in the 6-yard box with Taremi just hovering around him as well. It was really good crossing from Mahebi from that right hand side. Just a little bit of panic, comes out, back out to Gabani. Again, just maybe he should be taking another pass, getting his shot away. Doesn't really trouble Shabir in the Egyptian goal.
Zico is off for Egypt and Abdul Karim has come on. Made his international debut on match day 1 of this World Cup. Not even called up before the World Cup squad was announced. Went to the Barcelona Academy, La Masia in February. They've taken up an option on him, we understand. Crossing from the right hand side for the Egyptians though, and headed away by Khalilzadeh. It's going to be an Egypt throw-in 5 yards adjacent to the corner flag. 1-1 in this game. Egypt holding it. Winner won't mean too much for them in terms of progression. It would mean top spot in the group. Left-footed cross was easily dealt with by the Iranians. Drops on the edge of the box. Marmoush was the first man to get there but had no support. And Iran, with a chip ball down the line, showed composure in not just hoofing it clear, when they had it with Mahebi tight to the touchline, and then Maganlu switches it to the far side left, trying to get the run of Mohammadi. Good tackle from Hani when he was on the ground to win it, and then the Iranian man has dived in with a poor challenge on Zizou, but the referee has let go, and Egypt on halfway at 1-1 with the ball in possession, and Lachine looking left and right hand taped up, rolls it into the path of Atia, and he goes long ball up to the right hand side. A simple ball for Mohammadi to win back for Iran, and clears it out for a throw into the Egyptians, 30 yards from the corner flag. 1-1, and the tension, the nerves just starting to peak a little bit more now for Iran. Whenever you're one goal away from going out of the World Cup, it's always going to be the same.
Yep. So they haven't been particularly good in possession, just giving away a little bit too cheaply. It's Egypt who've been sort of just pushing and just trying to unlock that Iranian defence. We have that flat back five. Abdul Karim will go up front through the middle for Egypt. Zizou on that right hand side, Trezeguet on the left, and Marmoush just sort of hovering around him. So it's whether each team can craft that opportunity to win the game. Both managers made positive substitutions.
And will they have an effect with 12 minutes to go? Egypt's possession, centre circle, their half of the field. Here's Trezeguet, who's dropped back from the attack to try and start something. Plays it to the left-hand side, where Fatu was waiting on halfway, but he's dispossessed now, and Iran can come forward with a 3-ball to Taremi. 30 yards out with a few defenders ahead of him. He slipped it forward now towards Maganlu. More away from goal, though, than towards it. And out to the corner flag he goes, and finds a supporting man. But Iran have seen Egypt get bodies back, and they're already sent back to halfway. In fact, they've lost the ball as well. Adel Karim, the teenager, for the Egyptians. Halfway, turns inside to Marmoush, he's trying to get away from Izzat-Allahi, brought down. It's going to be a free kick here, and Izzat-Allahi will be hoping the yellow card doesn't come out. It does, and that means that if Iran do go through to the round of 32, he will not play in that game.
You can tell that Izzat-Allahi actually knows that he's going to be suspended for that game of the last round of 32, because Marmoush just gets away from it. It's no need for him to pull him back, because Iran have got enough players back.
Here is Trezeguet, 30 yards out on the left-hand side, cuts it back away from goal. And now far side the Egyptian right, Hani trading passes with his defenders, Ibrahim and Rabia. Over to the left they come with a chip ball. Chasing it is Fatu from deep. Didn't get there in time though. Goal kick Iran, Egypt won't mind. Heading through in second as it is, but a win will take them top of the group at Belgium's expense. At the moment they are set to face Australia in Dallas, Friday, 7 p.m. UK time. 10 minutes to go. Perry Groves. Noise is growing again. Nervous excitement, it feels like.
As you see, Iran is going long again. Berivan in the Iranian goal. The centre-half split, pretending they're going to try and play out from the back, but that's very rarely happened. So now you've got Maganlu up front. Obviously, there's more of a target and focal point. But just earlier, they had a great chance with Taremi, just overhit it to Maganlu on this right-hand side. So when Iran are going forward, they've got to be a lot more careful when they're in possession, because they're going to get limited chances, and when they do, they've got to make sure that they have enough quality to be able to take them.
Here come the Iranians, 40 yards from the corner flag, but attacking. Rezaeian with a cross. Oh, he almost caught the goalkeeper off his line there. I wonder if he meant that. Goalkeeper just started to drift out of his 6-yard box. It's a goal kick anyway. But he swerved away from the...
I think you're being very, very kind, because when it comes to Rezaeian on that right-hand side, he's trying to whip it in with the instep with his right foot. He's miskicked it completely. And I'm glad he didn't look down at the pitch, because unless the sprinkler heads come up or a mole's popped his head up, there's no way that you get divots or bobbles on this pitch. It just looks like for Egypt that their left wing back
Fatu is down.
He's in a little bit of trouble.
He's holding his hamstring as well. It's another problem in defence for Egypt, and they seem to be losing all of them at the moment. 9 minutes to go of normal time. They will have the required 3 for the hydration break, and then a bit more. They lost Abdelmonen, the centre-back, early in the game, having lost Fatih and Abdel Magid, both centre-backs in game 2. Now are they to be without Ahmed Fatu for the remainder of tonight, certainly, but maybe for what's going forward. Hossam Hassan is out on the edge of his attacking, on the edge of his technical area, and he's got his twin brother, his number 2 Ibrahim, right behind him, and they both look concerned.
Do you know what happened there? Hossein Hassan, the Egyptian manager, was berating one of the other Egyptian players, and he'd losing it, and he didn't know that Fatou was down and struggling. Then they panned to him, and someone sort of whispered to him, say, he's struggling with his hamstring. You see his disappointment, dejection in his eyes, thinking, oh, don't tell me we've lost another player.
Egypt getting through, but at what cost? But there has been a goal in Vancouver on TalkSport, and Belgium still winning, but by 3-1 now. The All Whites of New Zealand have got a goal, and the knock-on effect is that Egypt now, on goals scored, go back to the top of the group. So currently it'll be Belgium in second, playing Australia in the next round, and Egypt going through to play a third-place team in Seattle next Wednesday, 9 p.m. How quickly it can change. A goal for Egypt would still eliminate Iran. It could all change in this game as well.
Yeah, exactly. A goal from Iran completely changes and flips it around again. So they'll jump above Egypt, but to be fair to Egypt, they don't seem like there's a jeopardy in the game for them. They're just pressing forward. Mamouche again been lively down this left-hand side.
Mamouche on the left-hand side as well, with a cross towards Abdel Karim. He was up there with two defenders, couldn't get a touch on it. And Rezayan taking his time to clear this one. He's waiting to see if there's an out ball, and he finds one. And 7 to go, 1-1. Egypt heading through at the moment in first. And I think there's news of that goal that's come through. The Egyptian fans know it, they'll shoot from distance as well with Lachine, but away from goal it goes, and he missed by a long way from 30 yards out. Elijah Justice scored 3 of New Zealand's 4 goals at this World Cup. The Motherwell man is going to be the toast of Cairo at the moment, because he's put them top of the group. Egypt can do it themselves with a win, and so Iran still more than likely to go through, where they would face Switzerland 4 a.m. on Friday morning in Vancouver. If they were to take one of those places, they need 3 results to go against them to deprive them of a spot as one of the best third-place teams. And as I've said that, Belgium have gone and got a 4th goal, and we're back to where we started.
Keep your powder dry, Toby. Keep your powder dry.
6 minutes to go. It could be 7-1 by the time we finish, but that now means that that's all reversed, and Belgium have gone top of the group again on goal difference.
I wonder if the Egyptian fans will hear the boos and the sighs.
Just wait for a groan in a minute. I'm sure it will come. Egypt won, Iran won. Nothing changes for Iran in the sense that if they find a goal, they will be through. Egypt will know that they will be through as well. They were given a 99% chance of success before this game. No heavy defeat for them. They know they've done enough as it is now. 5 minutes to go. As we prepare for more games, 6 live commentaries coming up tonight, starting England, Panama on TalkSport at 10 p.m, Croatia, Ghana, TalkSport 2, and then at 12:30, Colombia versus Portugal in Group K, battle for top spot in Miami, DR Congo, potential opponent for England against Uzbekistan on TalkSport 2. Then at 3 a.m, if you wait for Jordan versus Algeria, that's on TalkSport. Jordan versus Argentina, I should say. Algeria versus Austria is on TalkSport 2. Iran forward with Maganlou, controlled it nicely and then played a poor ball to the defender. And in the centre circle, Iran start again, knowing that a goal will give them that little bit of breathing space that they crave. Still a goal away from going out of the World Cup. Up towards Rezayan in the penalty area, but controlled in an offside position. He'd lost the ball anyway. Free kick Egypt, 1-1, 86th minute.
Yeah, Rezayan got himself in a really decent position there on that right-hand side, just pushing up a little bit further. Unfortunately, we just really sloppy control. That enabled Rabi just to get across and just get a little toe in. And in the end, frustration from Rezayan just pulled him back, gave the free kick away. Just looking at Maganlou when he's coming on, it was a great little ball from Hadani from that right-hand side into him. He's got to do better, he's got to hold it up. Then that gives the chance for Iran to push a bit further up the pitch and get the players such as Rezayan around him. Do you know what I mean? And get that little bit of support. But his touch hasn't been the best since he's been on.
And what a player Rezayan has been at World Cups for the Iranians. 36 years old, one of many veterans in their side. They'll need all that experience now. And Galanoy, the manager, is out in his dark blue track jacket in the technical area. His side, 3.5 minutes to go, knowing that a goal for sure will send them through. At the moment, they should be okay, and they have a free kick just inside their own half. Centre circle it is. 3 minutes. 3 hugely important minutes, and Egypt preparing for a party as well. We've seen party scenes from Cape Verde earlier in the evening's play with their draw against Saudi Arabia, enough to send them through. What an incredible story for a nation with a population the size of Leeds. It's a brilliant stat, and they have done it in a superb fashion. Nobody will begrudge them as well, because it hasn't just been put within one of the deserved sides. Are Iran to go through? There is the news of the goal, and a huge audible groan from the Egyptians. And good to see that even though this was as close to a dead rubber as you can get for them, good to know they're still every bit as invested in getting that top spot as going through anyway.
Yeah, very much so. You said there that much rather win the group and win this game as well, so it takes.
But they won't be unhappy with a berth against Australia in the round of 32. Even so, picked up by Maganlou, edge of the penalty area. This could be Iran's chance. 88 gone, 1-1. Iran in that third place limbo as it stands. Far side there, left they have it. Mohammadi wrapped up in the corner, trying to force the corner, and gets one. It's gone out of Zizou. And so a chance for the Iranians. 2 minutes remain.
But the Iranian fans all biting their nails. They know obviously the score in the other game as well.
I've seen an Iran fan hold up 6. I think that means that they are 6th in the table of 8th place teams, 3rd place teams, and they are correct. Is that to be enough? We won't know yet. In comes the in-swinger, off the bar, off the crossbar for Iran. The whistle had gone. Don't think it would have counted. Goalkeeper is flat on his back. Free kick's gone to him. Crashing against the crossbar, I think it was Mehdi Taremi. Still waiting for a goal at the World Cup. Flew in, he was right underneath the bar, and he flicks it across goal. It comes back off the solid face of the woodwork, but he's lent into the goalkeeper, him and Ezzat Allahi. Don't know if that's what the free kick is for though. Either way, it springs away to safety. Egypt survived that one. It remains 1-1.
It's a brilliant delivery from Mohammadi on that left-hand side in-swing with his right foot. Taremi rises in the middle of the 6-yard box, and Shabir just comes, gets himself underneath it, and there's no way that that's a foul. 100% that isn't a foul, because Taremi just made sure that he's got it in front of him, and the ball just crashes back off the crossbar. Massive chance from Iran. They'd have been absolutely devastated if that had gone in the back of the net, and Simon Marciniak, the referee, would have disallowed it. I think there would have been a definitely VAR check, because Shabir just got himself completely underneath the ball.
89 minutes gone. Change, and it's going to be Alireza Jahanbakhsh, a name that Brighton fans will remember for his 3 seasons with the Seagulls. He's had 3 more in the Netherlands at Feyenoord, and played at 4 World Cups for Iran. Matched the national record, 100th cap last time out, kept 101. Could be the game in which they finally send themselves to the World Cup knockout rounds. He's going to wait for a moment though. 10 seconds of normal time remaining. Egypt, as it stands, going through as a second place side. Australia will wait for them in the round of 32. Iran, we think, will be going through as a third place team. Belgium topping the group. A lot of panic over nothing for the Belgians. It was Romelu Lukaku who's become their top scorer at World Cup finals with the 6th goal of his career in the World Cup. In that game on TalkSport, you can hear the closing stages. But why would you leave this one now with Iran still just a goal away from definitively heading out of the World Cup? They concede a free kick for a pull on Atia just inside the Iranian half. Egypt with 6 added minutes to play through as Jahanbakhsh now makes his way on for Mohamed Mahedi. Like for like then, an attacker off, an attacker on.
Yeah, Jahanbakhsh probably just slot into that Iranian midfield 4 when they're out of possession. Try and get himself around Maganlou when they're in possession with Taremi on that left-hand side now.
Mohamed Mohedi is replaced.
Here are the defenders for Egypt. 1-1, 1 minute gone out of the 6. As there's no reason for Lashin to push forward and find a goal here. Egypt will know that they're heading into the round of 32. Would change the group standings all over again. They would then go top again on goals scored, but much of a much just now. The bar has been cleared for the first ever time. Iran are hoping that they will follow. It'll be interesting to see the mood of the Iranians in a few minutes' time, knowing that they have a good chance of qualifying from that third place table. Down goes Lashin, or down goes the man tumbled by Lashin. Yellow card has come out, and Lashin, well, he's a man who's picked up a yellow card already in this tournament, tripping Taremi. Not needed really. and certainly now because the Pyramids midfielder will not play in the round of 32.
Yeah, that's really harsh, I think, on Lachine, because Taremi just picks the ball up in that inside left position. He just toe-pokes around him, and it's just the coming together. Lachine just goes across. It looks like a body check. I think Simon Marciniak has been very, very harsh there. And
well, he's disappointed, isn't he? Here comes the free kick from deep. Goalkeeper's come forward and spilt it. Chance for Iran. Oh, the goalkeeper's there. Back post and in. Shoja Calzada has scored the goal that has put Iran definitively through to the round of 32 of the World Cup. And there are scenes of delirium. Subs, clad in bibs, backroom staff, manager, outfield players, goalkeepers, they're all on the touchline. There's green, white and red erupting in the stands. Iran might have won this game in added time. It won't affect Egypt, but Iran know they will be going out of the group and into the knockout stages. It looked like it might be potentially a 7th straight group stage exit. They would have had a nervy wait to hang around. 3 minutes of added time remain, and they lead Egypt by 2-1.
Well, it was just absolute mayhem in the Egyptian 18-yard box, and we were saying that Iran could change this around, and who could be the hero. And as the ball comes in, it looks like it's Khalizadu. As the ball drops, smashes it high into the empty net. Shobir gives him absolutely no chance whatsoever.
He's put a pair of sunglasses on. He's been given a pair of sunglasses by a member of the Iranian backroom staff, and they've got white squares over black shades, and takes a picture for the camera. The photographer, wearing an Iran bib, has come about 5 yards on the field. They're still celebrating. Cross came in. I don't think there's an offside call to answer for, but it would be Khalilzadeh. He was the furthest man forward. Goalkeeper made a meal of the first chance. Deflection to stop the second going in. Was he offside though? Oh, it'd be such a shame for Iran if it was ruled out. It then ricocheted to him off Abdul Karim, who got the block in, and they're going to be having a look, I think, at this. They're going to be having a look. It fell, albeit off a defender, to Shoja Khalilzadeh, who stuck it in the net, put it in the corner, took no risk, and then scenes the like of which I haven't seen in a year. All this year, commentating on football, that is the best celebrated goal I have seen in all of them.
Yeah, we just initially got to Gobani. He can't get the shot away, and it just comes to Khalizadu on the edge of the 6-yard box. I think he's been planned onside by an Egyptian defender far on the right hand side. It looked like the first check is going to be whether he's offside from initial delivery from the left hand side, where if he's gone a bit early, worst ways out is his left shoulder.
Well, tell you what, don't go to bed just yet. We could be here a while. They have 2 offsides to check. The first one we're seeing now, Khalilzadeh on the 6-yard line as the ball came to him. Was he in line with the defender?
Number 4, Iran scored the goal from offside position.
It's offside. Offside given. And Shoja Khalilzadeh cannot believe it. And I thought that Simon Marciniak was going to give that goal there. He flirted with it. He seemed to say, oh, he scored that goal. And then he says from an offside position. And those scenes of celebration have to be scrubbed out now from the memory, because Iran, by my watch, with 3 minutes of added time still to play, thought they'd scored a winner to take them through without question into the round of 32. I've never seen a celebration like it, but it won't count. Offside given against Khalilzadeh, and it's back to 1-1. We're in the 6th of 6 added minutes.
Yeah, it was just, when we looked across the line, it looked like it was just his right shoulder, just caught offside Khalilzadeh. As you see the Iranian fans, understandably all in tears. This is what football does to you. It takes you from the highs then to the lows. They can't believe it. The Iranian fans thought they was through as of right, going through automatically, and it's just been taken away from them. So cruel football can be. So Khalilzadeh just goes obviously from hero.
Coming forward again though, long ball into the penalty area, might fall. A scramble from Egypt to get it away. Rezayan blocked it away. Oh, throwing himself in the way there was the defender Ibrahim, and Egypt clear that ball when it seemed to fall to Ramin Rezayan, the man, exactly the man they wanted to fall to. Khalilzadeh has been given a yellow card, by the way, for the part in the celebrations. Here comes Rezayan with the corner to the front post, but hits the first man, and we're at the referee's mercy now. Belgium have beaten New Zealand comfortably. They will top the group as it stands. Iran and Egypt still playing on. Here comes Iran on the right-hand side with Jahanbakhsh just to the back post off the bar. Oh, Izzatullahi, I think it was his touch. And off the bar it goes. The goalkeeper might have grazed it with his glove. Oh, a brilliant opportunity to win it. Izzatullahi it was. Goalkeeper's not got any of that. It's come off the top half of the bar. And another chance for Iran to take the 3 points. Goal kick it's called for.
Izzatullahi actually knows nothing about it whatsoever. He gets himself behind Ibrahim on the far post. As the ball comes in, it comes off the top of his head. Looks like it's going to beat Shobir. Comes crashing back off the crossbar. I'm just looking again at the automated offside. It's millimetres offside.
It's millimetres, but it's correct. That goal should have been disallowed. It's about half. Oh, it's about a toe really that's off from Shoja Khalilzadeh. 1-1 it remains then. And at the moment, Egypt, we know, going through. Iran still in third with a good record. They should still be through. 3 results would have to conspire against them to send them home for a 7th straight time. They thought they'd done it. 8 minutes have now been played. We only had 6 added. I think there might be another one as Iran have it at the back. Cleared long by Khalilzadeh. Pumped into the Egyptian half. Headed clear by the red shirts. They still got a part to play in this. Abdul Karim was waiting for the ball but was offside, so we'll let it go. All the Egyptian backroom staff are on the touchline now calling for full time. The Iranians are up off the bench as well. They've hardly sat down the last 15 minutes. Some of them are practically in the penalty area celebrating that disallowed goal. More whistles from the Egyptians. Throw in, taken on the near side left by Egypt. Out of their half they go. As it stands, they will play Australia. Iran hope they've done enough to face Switzerland in the round of 32. Pumped forward by the Iranians, maybe for the last time. Left-hand side of the penalty area. Mohammadi trying to cross it, but he's got Zizou in his way. He goes back away from goal, and there is the full-time whistle.